All right, we're live here at the Nevada State Chili Cook-Off today, and happy to be here. And this is going to be a great time. And we have another live interview for you guys, and we'll get to that right now. So let's go ahead and punch that up, and here we go. Anyway, this is Richard Swaz, as he goes by, and he's here today to just talk about some various issues. And Richard, how you doing today, Richard?
Very good, thank you.
All right, let me turn this up a little bit. Hold on. All right, and Richard, what do you think about President Trump? What do you think about the job he's doing?
Oh my God, yeah, he's got my support. 100% happy.
All right, let me
He's
move
doing
your
what
camera around.
you know what he promised to do. He's doing what he promised to do.
Right. Oh no, I think he's doing a great job. He's doing a great job with the economy. We got North Korea talking to South Korea. He's got the unemployment numbers down way low for everybody across the
Absolutely.
board. I mean, this guy, he's like he can't do anything wrong. But mainstream media, of course, doesn't report any of the good stuff, unfortunately.
No, they're bigotry. That's what it is. The liberals are bigoted against conservative opinion. And they
And
talk about inclusion and acceptance, yet they don't accept us.
well, that's true, right? Everybody they talk about diversity except for us, except for
Yes.
They don't talk about they don't want diversity of opinion. They don't want Carl's opinion out there. Nor do they want Richard
Nope.
Swaz's opinion out there.
Nope. Absolutely not. So who's the bigoted one? They are.
I would agree with you on that. I mean, I think there's a lot of issues right now, and it's a shame. I had yesterday I had a really good interview with a liberal. This guy came by. No,
Oh,
that
that's good. You know what? He was willing to talk. We'll listen.
no, no. I mean, the thing about it was that right. He wasn't suffering from Trump derangement syndrome. He was actually talking about issues with me. We had a really good interview, a good exchange
Yeah,
of
it's awesome.
ideas,
Absolutely, yes.
and that's all we ask for. We say, look, just debate us on the issues,
Right.
and
A dialogue.
that's all we're asking for. See, when I went to school back in the '80s on college campuses, you could have dialogues on differing opinions. You
Yeah.
can't do that today.
No, absolutely not. You worry about getting a padlock and a sock cracked upside your head.
Yeah, like that. I saw that. Was it? I can't remember the university that was at. I want to say that was at Berkeley or something
Oh,
like that.
anything out of Berkeley. I mean,
Yeah.
that just says it all. Berkeley School of Communist Propaganda.
And hey, I covered a story earlier. Did you see the story where they actually had John McCain was trying to release the dossier to the FBI and to all the media sources back in December of 2016, right after Trump got elected?
Yes.
Yeah, can you believe that guy? I mean, he was. He hated Trump so much. He'd like to see his administration fail,
And now
which
they
means,
make it sound like he's such a hero.
yeah. And then the rest of us fail along with
I
him.
mean, I respect him for his service, of course, absolutely, yes. But, you know, that was then, this is now.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
Why is Trump such a bad guy?
well, that's the whole point that he's
I
not.
mean, they call his wife a whore. I mean, come on.
Yeah, that ain't
Hey,
that.
who's the one that's acceptance? Calling a man's wife a whore, and that's acceptance?
No, it's not.
I mean, I don't like Hillary Clinton, but I'm not going to call her a toothless, inbred piece of... You know, I mean, I'm above that. I'm
Right.
above that. I like to step above that.
But other news stories, the Washington Times was talking about how the our new Iraqi president was telling the United States to kind of like, not get into their business, which I found kind of funny considering we freed their country from their dictator that they had, which they couldn't do on their own, and now they're telling us to leave them alone because they're making friends with Iran right now.
Double standard.
Well, yeah, considering it was us that we
They only like us when it's convenient for them.
right.
Well, it's like anybody. When they need money, they call us. Or
Yeah, or they need some troops, they need some men to die for them.
Right, right. Problem that sucks is when you give guns and ammo to the idiots, then they turn on you with our good shot with our own guns.
Yeah. Now,
Like Afghanistan.
right now, you notice, like where we live here in Nye County, we have a relatively low crime rate, and we have a lot of people that open carry. I open carry myself.
Yes, open or it depends if my T-shirt covers it up.
Right.
But yeah, and there's no crime. My neighbors carry. That's why I moved out here from the ghetto of Vegas.
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
in 8 armed robberies where I lived. They robbed the freaking donut shop. Who robs the Winchell's Donuts? Duh.
I mean, there's not a
Give
lot
me all your chocolate frosted. I mean, really. The one day I wasn't there, I could have waxed a little. But yeah, it's guns ain't the problem. We don't need gun control. We need moron control.
Well, you heard what was going on in England. They have this great gun control, but
Oh,
now
the
they're having to
crime
ban
rate is
knives.
still high. Hey, we have less gun shootings, but do you have crime? Yes, the crime rate has soared because nobody can protect themselves. My neighbor's from France. You should hear how France. Well, we all know how France is.
Right.
I get animated about that, but yeah, his family lives in France, so this ain't a biased opinion. It's for people that actually live there. The Muslim crisis. I mean, nothing against Muslims, but I'm sorry when you're trying to destroy the culture of France. I think French people have a right to revolt and defend themselves.
Well, yeah. I mean,
They want to do that to America now.
you're right. Well, yeah. The yellow vest protest is still going on, and the mainstream media, for some reason, doesn't want to be covering the story, even though this has been going on now for
Yes.
about a month and a half, 2 months. And in order to watch any news coverage, you have to go to a YouTube channel. You know.
Yeah. 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 Yep.
So,
Like Prager,
right, you have to go to PragerU
right?
or other channels
And even
or
he has videos censored. I've been
yeah.
kicked off of Facebook
Well,
so many
actually,
times for speak. I say these things. I can't even go there with that. But yeah.
Well, yeah, PragerU actually filed a lawsuit against Google and
Yes,
YouTube.
I saw him. It's awesome. I hope he wins. I wish him luck.
Well, unfortunately, he lost at the district court level. Is now an appeal. The district court judge ruled against him. Said that Google and YouTube were private actors and therefore cannot be held to any First Amendment standards.
Oh, so because it's private, they can do it?
That's what the U.S. District Court judge said. But I disagree because they go over the airwaves and they are pretty much
It's a media source, yes.
right. And then she didn't even get to the California issues regarding monopolies and stuff like that because she said, well, since I just dismissed the federal, I don't think it's to the state causes of action. So he's got that up on appeal right now in the Ninth Circuit. In fact.
Yeah, it's just they want to silence the truth. Now, there's people watching this. They're going to probably be saying, you're full of BS. And believe what you want. You have your opinion. I have mine. All I ask is everybody should have their equal right to make their opinion heard equally, not pick and choose who can have their YouTube, who can say what. If
Right.
you're a conservative, all of a sudden it's like a bad mark against you, like it's some. I thought being a communist was a bad thing.
Well, yeah,
That's
like
the name of the. If you look at the Communist Party's own website, they admit that they had no success running a candidate listed as a communist. They decided to blend in with the Democrats and run a communist as a Democrat. This is on the Communist USA website, cpusa.org. And you will see all the Democrats that are supported by them. So it's not the Democrat Party no more, it's the Communist Party. Go to
right.
the Communist Party's own website. You don't believe me?
Oh no, they brag.
cpusa.org.
Oh no, they brag about different.
Bernie Sanders.
Bernie Sanders and that guy out of
BS for short.
that guy out of I think Kansas or Missouri. I can't remember which one. I think it's Missouri. This CPUSA was bragging about the fact that they had one of their own now in the House, and he sits on one of the committees, and he's the chairman of one of the committees in the House right now, Democrat. Yeah, they were bragging about the fact they had one of his own. I can't remember the guy's name.
Oh, they brag about it openly now. They
Yeah.
don't care, and it's like an accepted thing. They were giving out women's awards, which I'm all for, but they give it to this woman. It was a Black Panther. Remember, you're proud to be a communist? Did we have Korea and North Vietnam, the Vietnam War over communism?
Right.
The Cold War? Hey, let me tell you, worst comes worst, guess where my grandmother moved from?
Where?
Russia.
Oh, no kidding.
Why do you think she got out of there? Because it was just before that crap would start.
Yeah. Well, it's good that she.
I mean,
yeah.
I believe my grandma.
Well, yeah.
Right? I mean, I got friends from the Ukraine. I got friends from Poland. You want to hear about stories about living in communism?
Well, see, that's
someone that's lived there.
Well, see, that's the whole thing. These young kids, like I was looking up Ocasio-Cortez, and she was born. Here's the deal: she was born 2 months before the Berlin Wall came down. So she has no knowledge of what these people went through during the Cold War, because she was born like in 1989, 2 months before the Berlin Wall came down in '89. So they just read in books about socialism. But I wish you'd go back and talk to some of these people that are now our age, who were her age back in 1989. Who had to live under socialism, and why they were cheering so loud when the wall came down, and why they were
I couldn't
cheering.
believe when the wall came down. I was shocked. I could not believe that was actually happened. I was
Yeah.
like riveted to the television. I'm like, oh my God, it's incredible. It's a shame it took that long, but ultimately in the end it did. It turned out good. But now they're trying to do the same thing here.
Well, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. These young kids they need to go back. They need to take a trip to like where like Hungary is, Poland, Czechoslovakia, Bulgaria, and talk to some of these people that are like my age, our age
Right.
now, and find out, hey, what was it like living under socialism? And I guarantee you they'll give them an earful and they'll tell you it won't be positive.
Thank you.
You know?
Because it's not a biased opinion. They lived it. If you don't
Right.
want to believe me, talk to them. That's all I got to
Exactly.
say.
So hey, how you enjoying the chili cook-off here in Pahrump?
Oh, I ate so much. I'm gonna need Rolaids. But hey, happy St. Patrick's Day anyway to all the viewers out there.
Thank you, Mr. Swaz. And Mr. Swaz, thank you very much for doing it. Mr. Swaz, would you like a free Carl's YouTube channel hat?
Yeah, absolutely.
Take dark blue or light blue, whichever one you
Yeah,
want, sir.
I'm bald. I gotta hide the bald spot from the sun.
There you go.
Let's see how I look in it. Hold on.
Here, let me get a scissor. I'll cut that tag off for you. Hold
Ah,
on.
leave it on there.
You got it?
I look like the Yo Homies in Chicago with their basketballs.
Oh, there you go. All right,
Hey,
Mr. Swaz, thank you so much for stopping by. Feel free to subscribe to our site, man. Thanks so much, man.
hey, thank you, buddy.
All right, man. Keep the faith.
Yep.
All right. That was Mr. Richard Swaz here in Pahrump, Nevada, doing a live interview. And I just want to thank Mr. Swaz for that. That was excellent. And you're having a good time out here. And we're down here. And hey, we're down here in at the end of the thing. The cook-off is off to our right. It's about 30 yards away. How you doing? Hey, how you doing over there? But anyway, tell you what, we're going to take a quick break real fast here. I'm going to play some music for you guys. And let's see if I can find something for you. Let's see. Okay, we're going to cut away, do some music. I'll be right back to take your live phone calls. So give me about 5 minutes. We're away for 5 minutes. In fact, let me just put that in the chat. Let's see, be back in 5. Be back in 5. All right, so let's cruise over to this. Hey everybody, back. Carl's Opinion live from the Chili Cook-Off, and I just want to say thanks everybody for waiting. If you did, if you didn't wait, sorry about that. When you're live here in the field, you have to take kind of do things and stuff. So anyway, back on here, and yeah, everybody wants to call in. Call in now available. There we go. Make sure I got the phone here ready to go. There we go. So call in now available. So yeah, I see Mr. Douchebag in there. I see Little Rock as well. Thanks guys for showing up to the chat room today. Yeah, I started this a little bit early because I was going to start at 12:15, but we had some people come up and this gentleman wanted to do a live interview, and that's what I'm doing down here in the park today. I'm doing some live interviews. As you notice, we're back in the corner. Like I said, we're kind of trying to stay away from the music and stuff because you don't want to get any stuff. So anyway, don't even want to say the word out loud. So I won't. But anyway, so we're here today, and we were looking at some news stories earlier. We talked about John McCain, and going to punch this some other stuff up until we get some call-ins here. And so let's go. And yeah, John McCain's story was really fascinating. It's kind of like what we already knew, but it just kind of brought it more home, unfortunately. And the idea that he was trying to really hurt the Trump administration. I mean, and he doesn't really realize. I mean, when he does something like that, I mean, it's hurting all of us. So, if you're gonna, kneecap the president so much that he can't govern, that he can't negotiate on our behalf, because people think, well, gee, this guy's on his way out the door, or he's not credible, or American people hate him. That only hurts us. I mean, I'm glad John McCain got his revenge, but actually, he really didn't get his full revenge. So, like, if he's in hell or wherever, he needs to know that what, he didn't get it done. Trump is still president, and all that nonsense with the dossier didn't make anything, didn't change a damn thing, and that's just the way that goes. So let's take a look here. Let me punch this up. Get over to the Washington Times again. A couple of stories I wanted to cover there. Alrighty, let's see. New Zealand welcomes gun control after mosque massacre. Oh, God. Well, that's all it takes. Let's see. Here's a story that I was following on Black YouTube, actually, and it looks like it made its way to the Washington Times finally. So let's take a look at this. A shout out to Information Man was covering this story. Well, let's see. This may not be the same story. Let me just double check. Nope, this is actually a different story, but we'll cover it because I'm sure Information Man will be covering this story today if he hasn't already covered it. I normally follow his site, but wasn't able to follow it here. So let me make sure we're good here. All right, let me get this up. And okay. Make sure I'm good on the overlay. Nope, wrong place. Here we go. All right, we're going to punch this story up right now. Let's take a look. And again, the phone lines are open. Let's see. Boom. Ferguson protester death sparks speculation of something sinister. So let's take a look to see what they have to say. Let's go and take this down here. There we go. And yep, there I am. So hey, everybody, Carl from Carl's Opinion. All right, let's take a look at this story. This might prove to be kind of interesting here in the long run. All right, so let's see here. Ferguson, Missouri. 2 young men were found dead inside torched cars. 3 others died of apparent suicide. Another collapsed on a bus. His death ruled an overdose. 6 deaths, all involving men with connections to protests in Ferguson, Missouri, drew attention on social media and speculation in the activist community that something sinister was at play. Police say there is no evidence the deaths have anything to do with the protest stemming from a white police officer's fatal shooting of 18-year-old Michael Brown, and that only 2 were homicides with no known link to the protest. So we got 2 young men found dead inside torch cars. 3 others died of apparent suicides. Another collapsed on a bus. His death was an overdose. There's also another one they're not going to mention Here, it was actually a son of one of the protesters who committed suicide, who hung himself. There was speculation whether it was a suicide or it was the result, or it was a homicide. The police ruled it was a suicide, that he hung himself. He was depressed. There was kinds of issues, and a lot of people in that community in Ferguson, a lot of the activists believe that he was actually killed, and they think it had to do with the fact that her mom was a protester. I kind of looked at that story a little bit, and it sounds like it was a suicide. And the problem with the suicide is that you don't want to always accept the fact that it was a suicide. You want to find something else to say it was. But it looked like that was a suicide, and potentially they were looking at some suspects, but those suspects weren't white supremacists. They were black men. And then there was speculation. Well, some white guys hired these black guys to do it. Well, how far? I mean, when the truth hits you in the face, how far are you going to go? Just at some point, you maybe just accept reality. Now, in this case here, you have, again, police are saying there is no evidence the deaths have anything to do with the protest coming from a white police officer, and that only two of these were homicides. Well, some of these guys are not necessarily the nicest people in the world. Just because you're a protester doesn't make you a good person. Maybe you have a criminal history. Maybe you have a criminal background. Maybe you're out dealing drugs. Maybe somebody's got a beef with you. Maybe you looked at somebody's girlfriend the wrong way. Who knows? But it doesn't necessarily mean that there's some evil white people going around torturing taking care of protesters. Well, because first of all, let's look at the facts of this. The Michael Brown case was ruled to be not a hands up, don't shoot case. Eric Holder went down there. Mr. Not white supremacist himself went down there and brought a whole bunch of FBI agents, his own CSI team, brought some Department of Justice attorneys as well. They investigated it, and they found out that the police officer was not at fault, that Michael Brown did not have his hands up in a defensive position, but actually had his hands up in an offensive position, hence the reason why the bullets went through the front of his hand, the back of his hand going to the front. Then when he had his hands up in a fighting position, his hands were not palm facing the cop in a hands up, don't shoot situation. That's Eric Holder. Now, if you want to say Eric Holder is some kind of a white supremacist, go sell that story, because he's not, okay? So, the Michael Brown story was debunked, a long time ago. So nobody, excuse me, I'm sorry. Nobody cares about these former protesters, because the protesters had it all wrong. So nobody cares about these people. Nobody cares enough about to do any, to go out and take them or anything like that. What's the point? Who would want to do something like that? Model Nutty popped into Smack the Like, but it's nap time. Yep, they'll copyright strike for background music at events nowadays, too. Yeah, no kidding. Before I go to nap, I want an outhouse over Mr. McCain's grave so good patriots and veterans don't get arrested for indecent exposure. Yeah, no kidding. That McCain story was crazy there. So, yeah. Let me give you a shout out there. Who's up in Little Rock? There you guys go. Little Rock, Mr. Douchebag, and Model Nutty. A little shout out to you guys there. So, yeah, that McCain story was crazy. This story, though, it's like, everybody's on pins and needles, grace of his fellow activists. No, again, the story was debunked. It's like they didn't accomplish anything except making a mess and making fools of themselves. If you're going to back somebody up, find somebody good to back up. The old saying is pick your fights. Michael Brown's not to fight. Hey, how you doing? Way to go. Hey, again, we got a lot of Trump supporters out here. This Nye County, in the 2016 presidential election, we voted 80% for Donald Trump. So, yeah, a lot of Trump supporters out here, down here at the fair, the cook-off. Hey, how you doing, guys? Hey, how you doing? So, yeah, it's a good time being had by all down here. Again, we're right. We've got to be kind of far away from the music. Little Rock, hey, how you doing there? But see, everybody's on pins and noodles. Great set of his fellow activists. And see, let's see. Now, go on with the story. But some activists say their concerns about a possible connection arise out of a culture of fear that persists in Ferguson 40 years after Brown's death, citing threats, mostly anonymous, that protest leaders continue to receive. And I don't know if I even buy that story. You know, this is narcissism on full display. The Reverend Darrell Gray said he found a box inside his car. When the bomb squad arrived, no explosives were found, but a 6 foot by 6 foot python was inside. Well, okay, yeah. Again, this story was debunked completely. No arrests. Let's see. We're doing live. I'm live right now on YouTube. Do you want to do an interview? You want to do an interview on YouTube? Oh wait, hold on. Let me put you on. Let me put you on camera real quick here. You're on camera. Okay, just okay. I'll turn your mic up though. Hold on. Wait, hold on. You can stay off camera. You can stay. You can. Yeah, I'll tell you what. I'll leave you off camera, but I'll turn your mic up. How's that? Microphone right there.
See, we got the mic without the camera. Oh, really? Yeah. What?
All right, you're now on with millions of viewers on YouTube Live. What would you like to say? Are you having a good time with the chili
Oh,
cook-off,
hey,
sir?
it's a beautiful day today out here in, where the hell are we?
Pahrump, Nevada.
Pahrump, Nevada. Pahrump it up. I love this place. It's fucking great.
It is. It's awesome.
It is.
Try to watch the language. I'm going up
Oh,
up
excuse
top.
me.
Yeah, it's okay. No, YouTube kind of gets on my butt
Oh,
about stuff
yeah,
like
I
that.
believe that. So, like,
Yeah.
I apologize.
Not at all. So, you're not from here? Where you guys from?
Well, we're from all over the place. We just go everywhere, you know.
That's cool.
We travel a lot. So, like, we're just stopping by, stopping through, saying hello.
Yeah, this is a pretty big event. These guys, they do hundreds of events. They do over 100
Hey,
events
did
a
you
year.
know that today is St. Patrick's Day?
Today is St. Patrick's Day.
Did you know that? Let me tell you a story. It's a funny story, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
Like me and my wife, I thought it was St. Patrick's Day on Wednesday or Thursday or something on the 14th.
Okay.
Because it was St. Patrick's Day last year, right? On the 14th.
Okay.
So like, I got my wife all stoked up and woke up on the 14th, tell her, hey babe, it's St. Patty's Day. Let's go find something to do, right? So we're walking all around and going checking everything out, looking online, trying to find out what's going on today for St. Patrick's Day.
Right, right.
Hey, we did that 3 times before today. And we never even bothered to look at our phone to see and check out our calendar to see St. Patrick's Day is today.
Right.
We even had some lady tell us, we're like, Happy St. Patrick's Day. She goes like, yeah, that's on Sunday. And we're like, well, Happy St. Patrick's Day. You know?
Right. Yeah, no kidding. Well, that's pretty good. You try any of the chili? Did you do any of the tasting of the chilies?
We're on our way over there, actually.
Oh yeah, no, it's like really good. I was over there earlier. Yeah,
Really?
I mean, oh, these guys, these guys travel all over the country. These are like the best chili guys in the country.
Hey, these are the best chili guys ever in the world.
Well, no, I didn't say that part.
I
But
mean,
anyway,
like the country.
in the country, yeah.
Yeah,
No,
they travel like
they go everywhere. When you get,
travel. Yeah, it's a travel thing. Right?
yeah, these aren't local guys.
Yeah, they're like travel chili people.
Yeah, these are not locals. These are not local people. These people are nationwide. These people travel from event to these competitions all over the country.
So, babe, these guys do this all year. How long do they do it? All year?
All year round.
All year round.
They
no
go
way.
they go from state to state to state.
Yeah, it's a barbecue thing. What is it?
Chili.
Chili thing. Hey, do they go to Reno?
I don't know if they go to Reno or not, but I know the one guy was saying they do about 100 events a year, 100
Holy
competitions a year.
100 events a year, babe.
Yeah.
Wow. What's your name again?
My name is Carl. It's Carl's Opinion.
Oh, hey, Carl's Opinion. You got
Yep.
any questions for me?
No, you're good, man.
You know, hey, how do you get one of these hats?
You just hook it off the thing. Just pull the Velcro off.
Pull the Velcro off?
There you go.
And I can have it?
You can have it, man.
Oh,
Carl's
no
Opinion.
way.
Way, man.
That's fun. That's freaking cool, bro.
All right,
I
man.
gotta watch my
Hey, thanks for stopping by.
Hell
Thanks for the
yeah.
interview, man.
Babe, check it out. I got a YouTube channel TV thing.
All right, man. Have a good one.
Cards.
Yeah, definitely. Grab one of the cards.
Check you out.
All right, that's was a good friend here from the Chili Cook-Off. We're doing a live interview, and we'll get back to this story here. Let's go to cut away over to that, and let's pull this down and let's put me back up. Anyway, there I am right there. So yeah, we're down here at the Nevada State Chili Cook-Off in lovely Pahrump, Nevada, and doing live interviews throughout the day and discussing news and politics. So let's get back to it. So, hey, Laylo. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to scream into the thing. Laylo. Laylo, Laylo, Laylo. at Mr. Lalo. Hey, yeah, phone lines are open, and let me pull that number back up on here. You can see it better. There you go. There's the number there, 775-273-8970. Anybody wants to call in, feel free to call on in. Lalo, if you want to call in, man, douchebag, anybody you want to call in, feel free, man. Definitely, Lalo, I haven't heard from you in a long time. Talked to Mr. Douchebag last week, actually, on our live call-in show. But yeah, so Layla, if you want to call, man, totally love to hear from you, man. I haven't heard you call it on Axe's show. It's kind of hard to get through on Axe's show now, man. It's like 500 people watching at a time. It wasn't like the old days when it was just like say 25 of us. We could just call in and no big deal. But I'm really proud of him. I'm really happy for his success. He's doing really well. He has a great message and. People are responding, and this is great because that message is our message is that he's able to deliver it in a real comical and real humorous way. So it's really good. But here, let me push myself up here. I can do it here. There I am. That's me up there in the corner. But yeah, let me grab a cigarette. But yeah, so this story is interesting, and let's see. Again, calling number 273-8970. So let's see what we got here. Let me put this one up instead. It's about the same one. Yeah, calling 275-273-8970. So anyway, so let's get to let's finish up this story here, and let's see. We don't no arrests have been made in the two homicides. St. Louis County Police spokesman Sean McGuire said. Witnesses have simply refused to come forward, leaving detectives with no answers for why the men were targeted. Well, obviously, the neighborhood, they're in a neighborhood that is, probably, I don't know, I guess I have to guess on this one, probably a black neighborhood. So, I mean, it was a couple of white guys doing it. Witnesses would have no problem coming forward. So, if witnesses aren't coming forward, if so, fatso, using my powers of deduction, it's safe to say probably the perpetrators were probably of the same race. So, if trust me, if they weren't, these people would be, yelling from the rafters that, oh, we saw two white guys. I mean, if it's not a white guy, they'll say it's a white guy. And so if it was a white guy, trust me, they'd be saying it. But if you don't have witnesses coming forward, that means there's probably a drug deal gone bad, or somebody fighting over turf, or somebody got in a personal beef with somebody, one way or the other. And my guess is that's probably what happened. So, but, I'd like to hear Information Man's take on this. I'm sure he'll be doing something today on this. He covered that one story, and I thought it was a good idea to cover it, even if the conclusion. Hey, how you doing, Donald Trump? Donald Trump. You want to do a live interview, ma'am, on YouTube? No. Oh, okay. Would you like a free Carl's Opinion Trump 2020 hat? Would you like a free hat? Looks just like this. You would? Hold on. All right, guys, hold on a second. I'll be right back. Right back. Light blue or dark blue, man? Light one, sure. Get that tag off for you. There you go, ma'am. You sure you don't want to get interviewed, ma'am? Well, put you on air. We can put you on air if you like.
The country if
Right.
Trump got elected. How come they haven't left yet?
No.
They're just here causing problems.
No, I totally agree. I totally agree. Well, if you want to go on air, I'd be more than happy to put you on air. You want to do a live interview?
I don't think so.
All right, man. Well, hey, God bless you. Good luck to you. And remember, 2020, we got to go out and vote. We can't get complacent.
Gotta go with Trump.
Yeah, we can't get complacent either, man. We gotta go out there.
Gotta keep those Democrats out of it.
Gotta keep the Democrats out.
What they need to do is get those three out.
Yeah, the three ladies that just got in.
Them three witches.
Well, you know what though? They're actually causing the Democrats more problems than yeah. So actually, I don't mind them being in for the next 2 years because when they're in, they get all the headlines. And you know what? And Pelosi's going insane. She doesn't know what to do with them. So she's trying to keep him in check, but she's going nuts trying to, trying to take care of him right now.
Well, she's ghetto too.
Yeah, well, yeah, but she's
They should have never let her in.
well, no, well, yeah, unfortunately, with San Francisco. So there you go. All right, ma'am.
Well,
Hey,
that's where the ghetto
hey, if
is.
you get a
So
chance, ma'am, you subscribe to my site. I'd appreciate it. YouTube. Yeah, it's on the hat. Carl's opinion. All right, ma'am.
does it cost to go on
No,
YouTube?
it's free. Oh, we got a phone call coming in, ma'am. Hey, Mr. Douchebag, let me get my headset on so I can hear you. Hold on.
Oh.
Mr. Douchebag, is that you?
What's up, Carl? How you doing?
Hey, doing good, doing
How is
good.
every,
We got
how
Mr.
is everything?
Douchebag
Oh
here.
man, I still feel bad from last time we were talking. I had signal was bad, and I just camping and everything, But hey, I'm back now, and I got about 15 minutes. How is everything?
Everything's going good. Let me just shoot myself back over to the screen here. Yeah, there I am, and get myself off of here. All right. Yeah, it's good. Definitely good
So
hearing from you there.
good,
Yeah,
good hearing
so
too. Yep. Okay.
yeah, go ahead, man. You're on.
No, no, I was going to say before, because I kind of wanted to pick up where we left off, but before I do, are we open topic or were
Yeah,
we just
man.
talking? Yeah, it's cool either way.
Open
Oh, okay.
topic. Open topic.
Um, one of the like when I was talking about like some of the left leaning stuff, um, I continue like like when we were. Do you remember, or do we need to recap real quick, or do you remember what we were talking about? I'm just curious. I don't want to lose you or anything
No,
in the conversation.
no, I can't remember everything we were talking about, obviously, but was it like
Oh, okay.
was about yeah? But anyway, just go ahead and talk, man. What do you want to talk
Um,
about?
well, no, it's like how I was talking about like how the left, right? Like like for example, like when I was talking about how sometimes a cop may do, because no cop is perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like there was that one cop that somebody broke into her house, or she went into the wrong apartment, and somebody came at her, and then I guess she shot him or something like that. I mean, that even though it was a mistake, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But she was held accountable for that mistake. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If a cop, you know what I'm saying? But see, the way the left goes about doing it is they want to demonize all the cops and say the cops are evil and picking on people. And I'm like,
Oh wait, Mr.
there
Douchebag.
are,
Wait, hold on, Mr. Douchebag. Hold on a second. Hey, Mike. Yeah, I'm on
uh-huh.
with a live phone call right now. So you want to come back a little bit? Well, then we'll do an interview. Does that work? All right, Mike. Good job. All right. So yeah, we're
Oh,
go ahead, Mr. Douchebag.
they it's like, for example, like when a cop pulls me over, right, or they approach me, it's yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am, and if they give me trouble, what I do is I get their badge number, get their name, and file a complaint. I don't sit here and give a cop reason to put me in handcuffs. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Definitely.
And these people, and like other things, like like let's say, like, let me see, like I'm sorry, because I'm trying to like think of some things on the left that do make sense, because there are some things, but the way they go about doing it is not, it's not good. It's not, you can't just demonize every single person to fix a problem. You know what I'm saying? I mean everybody knows this, but it's like when somebody, like, I remember somebody said something one time, right, like how they can make schools more affordable. Okay, well, first off, our schools are not, like, college more affordable, right? They were saying, like, let's say, what if you put a 7% sales tax on a lottery ticket? You need programs to help people who cannot get in. Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
Hey, I'm sorry, I heard background noise. I didn't know if I lost you or not.
Oh no, you're
But
there.
like,
You're there.
uh, let's say, like, if someone says, well, if they were to tax the lottery 7-8%, right? Okay, well, you might actually be able to maybe fund more programs to help, struggling families who want to send their kids to college, right? But then who do you oversee? Who do you hire to oversee that money's not being used for something else? It's like right now they already use the lottery for other things, money for, like states that are half broke,
Right.
they
Right.
tap into that lottery money, you know, I mean, and everybody wonders why teachers are getting laid off, and people wonder why we can't pay our teachers,
Well,
good money or
well,
what he or she.
yeah. I mean,
Hmm?
we can't pay our we can't pay our teachers because we're we're paying for all this illegal immigration, all these legal immigrants that are in the
Yeah,
country.
yeah,
No,
you know,
they said it was like
it,
something like for an unaccompanied minor, it costs like $750 per night. I mean, you could say at the
yeah,
Westin Bonaventure in L.A. where they did that Clint Eastwood movie with John Malkovich, which is a beautiful hotel. You could stay there and it costs less than
yeah,
$750 a night. I mean, you get a
yeah,
nice suite. I mean, a nice junior suite
yeah,
for like less than $750 a night, and it costs
yeah,
$750 a night for us to house an unaccompanied minor. I mean, it's ridiculous.
yeah. Well, like right now they say there's another caravan coming. I mean, what does this make? Almost 100,000. I haven't seen the numbers last, but I think Mexico, and I actually think Mexico is finally doing something about it. They're actually, I think they're actually kind of stopping the caravans. I think I'm not sure. They haven't really reported on that in a while, and I've been kind of looking at other things lately.
Right.
Because they're trying to throw out story after story after story to distract you from what they're trying to do, you know. And even though like us as people that are supporting Trump, we got to keep everything fresh in our minds, what they're doing. It's like I haven't forgotten that the hard time that they gave Kavanaugh. I haven't forgotten about the
No, no, you
what
know
was
what?
it
And
mhm.
none of us should forget about the hard time they gave that guy. Because I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
right back at you. I mean, you got that creepy Joe Biden thing is starting to go around. Somebody put it up on a website showing Joe Biden, grabbing all those, young girls and stuff when he swears the people in to be
yeah.
senators. It's like, well, hey, right back
Uh,
at you. I mean, he's going to bring up, they're going to bring up something from Kavanaugh's past when he was 17. Well, hey, let's take a look what Joe Biden was doing back in like 2000 and 15,
yeah,
2016. Let's take a look at that in 2014,
yeah,
2013.
yeah,
So I mean, this guy,
yeah,
if you're gonna bring up, you're gonna bring up something from some guy's life when, Kavanaugh is my age, 53. I mean, bring up something from when I was
yeah,
17. I doubt,
yeah,
I doubt I could get elected dog catcher. So I
yeah.
mean, hey, right back at you, man. You want to play that game? We can play it all day long. There's skeletons in everybody's
Right now,
closet,
it's like
and
right now. Hmm. It's like right now. Like what was really funny was one of my friends. He came up to me and he's like, and I think I was mentioning this the last time we were talking. I don't know because, like I said, I had bad reception. I didn't know
hey
if
guys.
he could hear everything I was saying.
Oh wait, hold
But
on, wait, Mr. Douchebag, hold on. Some guys just walk up. Don't go nowhere. Hold on. Hey, you guys doing? Oh, hey, hey, how you doing, man? Very good. Hey, you guys want some hats? You want some hats? Hey, douchebag, hold on a second. I'm gonna grab these guys a couple of hats, okay?
okay.
All right, hold on. Yeah, still on right now. I told the guy to hold on. One of my sons, so really cool guy. Here you go. Here you go, Mike. Here you go, sir. All right, Trump 2020 and Carl's opinion. Yeah, okay, man. Hey, just I'll be here the rest of the day, man. Swing on by. All right, man. Have a good one. Very good. How you doing there, sir? Hey, douchebag, hold on, it's real quick. Hey, I'm Carl. I'm
Okay.
on live right now with someone on a call-in. You guys want some free Carl's opinion Trump 2020 hats? Looks like this. You want a light or a dark? Light blue or dark blue? This one's adjustable, ma'am. There you go. Hey, wait, you know what? Cut the tag off. Hold on. Sir, would you like a hat? Like a hat, sir? Okay, very good. All right, so let me get back to this phone call. But yeah, if you want to sub to our site, we do live phone calls, shows about 3 or 4 times a week. Okay. Okay, well, yeah, just if you want, just call in on our show. We're live 3 or 4 times a week. All right, thank you, sir. Please, of course. Hey, Mr. Douchebag, you still there?
Hey, oh yeah, I'm still here.
All right, hey,
Oh yeah.
thanks, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, we're live here at
Oh no,
the chili
it's all good.
cook-off. So we're
Yeah.
getting
Hey,
people
mhm.
coming up and everything. In fact, let me put that back up there.
Did you cook any chili?
No, I'm not
Did you
cooking
make?
any chili, definitely for sure. But I tried some. It was really good. Some really good stuff.
Mhm.
Really good stuff indeed. But yeah, it's a
I
pretty good
oh
time
man,
up
I
here.
like. Mhm. Oh yeah. They I'll tell you what, Carl. It's like I've been actually like the American Joe show. I don't know if you ever heard of it. He's a really great conservative. Good conservative commentator.
Right?
And I don't know if I know I mentioned them to you last time. Forbidden Information and Chrissy M. Both good up and coming YouTubers. Trying to help trying to help their channels grow. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's an interesting. I noticed your channel's growing too. You got like 200 more subscribers, and that's a good thing. People are finding you guys. You know what I'm
Well,
saying? Because
actually, what I did also is I put a full page ad in my local newspaper here, advertising that I would be at this chili cook-off this weekend, and
uh-huh.
it ran this week. And then obviously I was out here yesterday and today, and have been picking up subs and giving away free hats and stuff, and talking to a lot of
Mhm.
people. So yeah, that
Yeah.
ran a full page ad in the newspaper this week. So
Mhm.
nice color ad. So yeah, I've been doing. It's been really good locally here as well. So wait, hold, let me write a message to Links real quick. Send me an email.
Mhm.
Let's see.
Carl, has Nunya been on your show for? I haven't seen Nunya in a long time
No,
in
I
the
haven't
chat.
seen at all.
I haven't seen Lilo. I haven't seen. Man, I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen Nunya do any more live streams either.
Oh, she hasn't been doing any live streams.
No, I don't know what's going on. I hope she's, I hope she's all right.
Yeah, no, I don't remember saying anything about her health or anything.
Mhm.
You know, so yeah, I haven't heard anything about
Mhm.
that.
I thought I saw her not too long ago. Yeah,
Huh? Yeah, well, I haven't seen her on
I
Access
haven't
site. Although
seen.
it's hard to get through on Access site now because he's doing so good. He's been so
Yeah,
successful.
yeah.
Because yeah, I tried.
But you know,
I got through
mhm.
one night on the phone call. Then I tried a couple other times, and it's just you can't get through. But it's great. That's
Yeah.
great for him, man. It's awesome. It's awesome.
I wish he'd get a switchboard. Yeah, but but
He actually has some kind of a switchboard setup. We can see the calls coming down, but he's got to take them
uh,
as you got to pretty much take them as they come in. But I'm just really happy for
yeah.
the guy, and I'm happy that his message is
Oh
getting out
yeah.
to so many people. I mean, there are so many people that are
Yep.
brand new people that are coming on. I mean, when he's doing a live stream,
Yep.
he's getting 500 people, 600, 700. One
Mhm.
night I was on there, I saw he had like about 1,000 people on his live stream. And
Yeah. Yeah.
that's amazing. I mean,
Yeah.
those are the super
Mhm.
numbers when when you're getting 1,000
Yeah.
people watching at once.
Oh yeah.
Those are the super numbers. I mean, that's
But,
just great.
Carl, that's what I was saying because I don't think YouTube is as bad as Facebook and Twitter. I mean, they still mess with their algorithms, but I think they kind of. I mean, I think they just kind of let. I mean, I don't know. I could be. I mean, obviously, a lot of channels are shadow banned, but it still seems like they let conservatives have a presence on YouTube. You know what I mean?
Right.
But and it's funny because I remember we were talking once, like, how it was YouTube and a few other sites that banned Alex Jones, right? Well, if you notice, Jack Dorsey didn't just ban Alex Jones. See, that's why I always say Jack Dorsey's not an idiot. At least he doesn't act like one. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
And I don't think he wanted any part of that censorship. But I think he kind of gave into pressure, and that's when he said, "Okay, I'm going to have to do this." You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because Alex Jones has a huge platform. His platform is twice, if not three times bigger than it was.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is he's still on the play apps. So it's like I don't think they banned him altogether. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't personally care for Alex Jones. I'd listen to him, but he's not a Rush Limbaugh or anything like that. I mean, he's definitely not. He's definitely not. just some of the things he talks about just doesn't make. I mean, some of it makes sense, but then some of it doesn't make sense. But
Right.
but he has a right to free speech. He has a right to, to report on the news if he, you know what I'm saying. I mean, he's, he has a right to have a presence on the internet. Just like Jim Acosta has a right to report the news. Don Lemon, even though I don't. Oh, Carl?
Yeah, I'm still here. Go
Carl?
ahead. Yeah. Hello. Hello. Hello, Mr. Douchebag. Calling Mr. Douchebag. Calling Mr. Douchebag. Can everybody hear us out there? Can you guys hear us? Can you hear me at least? Mr. Douchebag is gone, but can you hear us? If you can hear me, say, I can hear you, Carl. Say, I can hear you, Carl. And so just say, yeah, I can hear you. So that'd be cool. But yeah, we got a little delay, so I'm going to wait to see. But it looks like we lost Mr. Douchebag. I don't know what happened to him. Actually, he's still on the phone. His line is still showing that he's still on. Mr. Douchebag, you still there? Mr. Douchebag? Hello? He's still on. I mean, I'm still showing his line is still open on here. Okay, yes. Okay. Oh, and he just left. Well, he was on. Up there's Lalo. Mr. Lalo.
Hey, what's up,
Now,
Mr. Carl?
I am so happy to hear from you. You have no idea. I've missed you so much, Mr. Lalo, and and I got no way to get a hold of you. Well, actually, I do. I guess I could have called you, but see, I don't know if I can call you because you call in on the show, and you may be like, no, don't call me, when you're not on the show because I don't want to talk to you. But if I can call you when you're, can I call you when you're not when I'm not doing a show? Can I just call you to bullshit?
Yeah, Carl, you're always welcome. The only thing, the number that right now that I'm calling is the house number. So if we don't know the number, I don't pick up.
Okay.
But if you want, I can always
Actually,
give you my cell phone.
No,
and you can always call me anytime you want.
No, what I can do is I can call you from my. See, I have a Skype account that I can call people.
Oh, I got that. I got that too. If you want.
Yeah,
I got that.
So what I can do is I can call you from my Skype number. This 273-8970. So if you put,
Yeah. I'll get the number before I hang up. I'll get the number. That sounds really good.
Lalo. You already have the number. You just called it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I keep thinking this is a different number. Or don't mind me, man. Don't mind me.
Yeah.
Don't mind me. Hey, I can always blame the whiskey.
There you go.
Let me just say one thing. Real quick, I just want to say hello to Lynx. Douchebag, I'm sorry if I cut you off because I know, Carl, you lost the call, so I don't want to get.
You didn't cut him off. He kind of vanished before you called. In other words, like your call didn't cut his call off. I mean, it's impossible.
Right.
No, the way I have this set up, that would be impossible. If somebody calls in while you're on the phone or vice versa, it doesn't cut the other party off. So it didn't. He didn't get cut off. He was still on. I was still trying to say hey to him, but I couldn't hear him. So then he hung up. It sounded like he must have had a problem with his phone. He had a problem with his phone the other night. So yeah, don't worry about it. So hey man, what have you been doing? What have you been up to, man?
Oh, real quick. Sorry. Lynx, Sheena, Douchebag, and hello to you guys. Carl, look, I'm so pissed because you're I got you, meaning like every time you put a live show, I got the
notification.
The notification going on. I got everything going on, right? And every time you used to put it on, I used to go, and then I'm like, okay, it's in an hour, in 15 minutes, whatever. Now, every time I get it, or either you're on already for an hour, or you're on for like 2 hours, or you're off, meaning like it's over. So right now, the one that you did, I think it was today, if I'm not mistaken, was 86 minutes. And I got a notification. I went to see it, and you were on already for 86 minutes, so it was over. And I got pissed. I even put a message, a comment, saying, hey, Carl, I got this late, and then you put this today, this one, that you're doing right now, and I got this one. This one, I actually got it. So I was happy. But I'm thinking, what happened with the other ones? I don't understand. I check everything was okay, so I don't understand. That's why I haven't really well, it was. Hold on. Let me rephrase. It was like one or two shows you did it really late, and I was so tired I couldn't make it. But besides those shows, it was a few live shows that you did. I haven't get
Yeah,
no. I mean, I.
what you need to do is
Sorry, go ahead.
no. What you probably need to do is like unsubscribe, and then resubscribe, and then hit the
Oh yeah.
notification bell again. So like,
Okay, I'll do that. I'll do that. I
yeah,
didn't know that.
yeah.
Okay.
So that's what happens. So sometimes you have to unsubscribe, then subscribe, and then hit the notification bell again, and then maybe that'll put you back into the system. But yeah, because
Okay.
I hadn't seen you, and I'm like, gee, maybe he's mad at me. What did I do wrong?
No, oh my
Uh,
God, please, what, Carl, please. I love. Listen, I love the live shows, man. I mean, you're so smart. I learn so much every time I listen to you and to whoever talks to you. I learn so much. And I love to hear from you. And you know me, I love to call and give my stupid, my dummy opinion. But it's all good, man. I always feel good talking to you guys. So yeah, man. I miss you. So I'm happy. I'm happy. So listen, what's going on? Where are you, by the way? Are you in some barbecue? What's going on?
yeah, I'm at Petrack Park in Pahrump, Nevada. That's where I live. That's about 60 miles northwest
Nice.
of Las Vegas, and we're having the Silver State and the Nevada State Chili Cook-Off, and this is like a big competition, and we were lucky to get it here in Pahrump because we're a small town, we're only like 37,000 people, but this is a big deal. These are guys who travel all over the country to do these competitions. I was talking to one guy.
Oh,
He does like about something. I think he said he does like 100 competitions a year, which is like two a week.
wow.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of crazy how many competitions he does. So I mean these
Yeah.
guys they travel from one place. I mean they do one competition and they're right back on the road. Heading for another one. They have all their RVs parked out here and everything. They camp out. They come out Friday night.
Oh
They camp
man,
out and everything. Yeah.
that sounds. I love. Listen, I love stuff like that. I mean, I haven't been in a place like that, doing the barbecues and in years. But let me tell you, man, I love that. I used to love that. And listen, if I was right there next to you, and even if I don't know you, I would go do an interview. I can't believe these people don't want to do interviews, man. What is it? They're so shy. I mean, come
Well,
on, man,
yeah.
go do an interview.
Well, a lot of people are afraid to go like on camera and stuff like that. But I did a few yesterday, and a few people are afraid to put their face on a camera. I mean, whatever. But in fact, like
No,
what I did like on my hats, even because some people like don't even want to wear the red hat. But my colors for my site are always been for anything I've ever done my entire career, it's always been blue and white anyway. So my hats, yeah,
you know what it is.
all my
Hold on,
hats
you
are
know
blue
what
and
it
white.
is.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what it is? Is your mustache, man. It's intimidating. Hey, Carl, so good to see you, man, and talk to you, man. I'm telling you, man, it's so nice. I'm so glad that I got to call on. And like I said, look, I know I never really have a really serious opinion, but I'm always so happy to call and talk to you, man, and see everybody here, man. I mean, honest, man. You don't know, man. I'm feeling so happy right now. I think I'm gonna just have another double drink right now. So, man,
Oh,
it's serious.
well, yeah. I tell you what, I quit drinking 4 years ago, so make sure you have a scotch and water for me, okay?
I'll have it for you. I'll have it for you. I'm good for you, man. Don't drink. Serious. It's not good for you. All right. I'll drink for you. All right. Hey, listen. I'm gonna go. So no, I'm gonna be here in the chat. I'm gonna be listening to you. But I'm gonna go and let somebody else call and give their opinion. I just wanted to say hello and tell you what's going on. It's not because I didn't want to talk to you. It's just it been a little. But I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna shut it off and put it back on. And I'm gonna try the Skype and give and call you, and then you get to keep my number. All right?
No, I have your number in my phone already. I already have it. When you called, it punched. I already have
Oh
it
no,
saved.
but this is the house number. Usually I don't
Oh,
pick up, so
what?
I'm gonna call you. I'm
Well,
gonna call you from the other phone.
no. Hold on. Okay,
No?
see my email address on the screen right now.
Oh yeah, I see it. All right, you want me
Okay,
to send it through there?
yeah. Just send me an email to ca2jogger@gmail.com. That's my email address.
That's right. That's right. You don't want me to give my number and everybody here is gonna call me, okay? No,
Exactly.
that's right. All right,
Right.
all right.
Good
All right,
job.
Carl. Hey, good talking to you, man. All right, smoke another one for me too.
Oh, definitely, without a doubt. I'll definitely smoke plenty of cigarettes today. All right, man. Hey, have a good one, okay?
All right, you too.
All right,
Bye.
bye-bye. And that was the great Lalo. And yeah, it's really good hearing from Mr. Lalo again. I definitely missed him. Definitely missed hearing his voice, and missed talking to him for sure. So it was really, really good hearing from him. Anyway, the phone lines are back open. So if anybody wants to call in, the phone number is area code 775-273-8970. And we'll go ahead and get to our next story here. It's from the Wall Street Journal. So let's go ahead and get this cut on over. Boom. As Beto O'Rourke soaks up attention, rival Democrats appeal for funds. Interesting story. So let's get to it. All right. So there's Beto. God, this guy's such an idiot. I mean, this guy really is just an idiot. I mean, but the media loves him. They're like, oh, he's so wonderful. And there's all these beautiful love pieces and stuff. And I just imagine, like, if Trump got, like, just one millionth of the love pieces they do for Beto O'Rourke. I mean, the guy says nothing, he does nothing, and yet they say, oh, he's so wonderful, he's Kennedy-esque. It's like, how can he be Kennedy-esque? I mean, the guy, he's, he was like a 2 or 3 term congressman from El Paso, and when he ran at first, he appealed to the Republicans. He ran against Obamacare. He ran against Obamacare and Nancy Pelosi. He said he would not be supporting Nancy Pelosi if he got elected. He would not be supporting her for majority leader or for if the Democrats took the House for speaker. Hey, how you doing, man? Hey, you want a hat? Trump, grab, sir, if you want to grab one right off there, just see you off to the right there, on the other side. Yeah, just pull the Velcro off, and you're going to grab that one, sir. There you go. And if you get a chance, if you want to just subscribe to the channel, we do live call-in shows 3 to 4 times a week. If you want, I'll cut that off for you. Yeah. Hold on a second, guys. I got to cut this tag off. There you go. There you go, sir. Cool. Thank you very much. All right, you get a chance, subscribe to the site. How you doing, ma'am? Would you like a hat also? Like a light one or a dark one? Can you give me one that's adjustable? Yep. Well, let me give you one that didn't fall on the ground. I'll give it to the next person. They won't know it fell on the ground. There you go. All right, you guys get a chance, subscribe to the site. Thank you so much, Trump.
Great job with Trump.
Definitely, Trump 2020, man.
With the way that the Democrats are putting shit up there right now, they got a chance going to hell.
Oh, they're so out of control.
Oh, I love it when Trump was saying he supports that Green New Deal and knowing that it's just splitting that party apart.
Oh yeah, sir. If you want to do a live interview, I'm live right now. No thanks.
No, I don't talk in front of cameras and stuff like that. So.
I can even keep you off camera.
No,
You sure?
good.
All right, sir. All right. Hey, Trump 2020. Thank you guys so much, man.
Keep it up.
Thank you very much. All right, some people here at the chili cook-off, and let me get myself back on here. Let's see. Beto O'Rourke. Okay, let's see here. So let's get myself positioned in here. There I am. Hey, again, this is courtesy of the Wall Street Journal. Thank you very much. They make it very simple to use their e-newspaper online, which is a win-win for everybody. I get to advertise them, and I get to read some really good news. Anyway, so here's a story by Reed Epstein and Ken Thomas regarding Beto O'Rourke. So this, again, the headline was, let me just back it up and remind you. Headline was, as Beto O'Rourke soaks up attention, rival Democrats appeal for funds. So here we go. All right, so let's get back here. And guys, thanks for being. Yeah, he didn't want to interview, but I mean, he's saying all the right things, Black and Irish. But yeah, I appreciate everybody's patience when I have people come up and stuff. And I definitely want to engage, and we got to, definitely want to spread the word and make sure everybody else is spreading the word. So yeah, without a doubt, So fair use, definitely without. Oh no, without a doubt. Well, no, they make it simple. Yeah, links. They make it really simple to use these online. And it just even the way it's positioned and everything. They want you to use it online because I mean I'm advertising their newspaper. and I'm a subscriber to their newspaper. That's how I can use it online and stuff. So yeah, I subscribe to both the Wall Street Journal and the Washington Times. It makes for a great source of news. But okay, so let's see. Beto O'Rourke zoomed across eastern Iowa this weekend, snatching attention and spurring fundraising appeals from others in the Democratic. Let me move up a little bit. There we go. Beto O'Rourke zoomed across eastern Iowa this weekend, snatching attention and spurring fundraising appeals from others in the Democratic presidential field. Meanwhile, another potential formidable candidate, Joe Biden, edged closer to joining the race. Mr. O'Rourke, the former Texas congressman who has gained a national following, aimed to replicate the frenetic pace of his unsuccessful 2018 Senate campaign while being trailed by dozens of journalists, including two on-air correspondents from MSNBC. Wow, check that out. He not only had one MSNBC correspondent, he got two MSNBC correspondents. That's just hilarious. With Iowa Democrats emphasizing the search for a candidate who can beat President Trump, Mr. O'Rourke delivered a message short on policy specifics, but again, yeah, he never talks about his policy specifics. It's like, oh, we'll just do it as we go, and they say, oh, he's just kind of living for the moment. You got to have a plan. But anyway, Mr. O'Rourke delivered a message short on policy specifics, but long on his plans to run an exhaustive campaign. I'm going to run an exhaustive campaign based on nothing, and it's going to be exhaustive. You're going to be exhausted. He held 6 events per day on his initial 3-day Iowa swing, all saying nothing and all on all 18 events. Running that way without PACs, powered completely by people, having the car. Yeah, I guarantee you, if there's PAC money out there, he's not going to tell the PACs to pull their ads. I guarantee you. Anyway, running that way without PACs, powered completely by people, having the courage of our convictions, having the humility to listen and to and understand things from other people's perspective. It's not just the best way to run. I think it may be the only way to win, the best way to serve once in office. Mr. O'Rourke said during a podcast taping Friday night in Cedar Rapids. See, what he's doing, he's saying is like, okay, I don't have any policy prescriptions, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to listen to people. And then as they tell me stuff, I'm going to adopt those as policy prescriptions. What he's saying is he's licking his fingers, sticking it in the air, sees which way the wind is blowing. Probably going to have a bunch of focus groups, seeing how people feel on a certain issue, and then if the majority of people feel a certain way on a certain issue, guess which policy position he's going to adopt. Yeah, the majority. So he has no conviction, he has no morals, he has no values. He's just going to he's going to run on what the majority of people say they're in favor of, and then that's going to be his. And I guess that's how he's going to govern. If he got elected, pray God he won't. And oh geez, but because anybody he's going to take a poll every week. Well, let's do this. Oh well, the polls next week come out against it. Oh, we better stop doing that. I mean, that's no way to run a government. It's no way to run. There's no way to run anything. Oh Jesus! But anyway, so that's his plan. I'm just gonna, again, lick my fingers, stick it in the air, and see which way the wind blows. Yeah, Black and Irish, I agree. Who would vote for this guy? I mean, a lot of people did. Yeah, I mean, he's a lying wacko poet. DUI. He links to Don. He's a lying DUI wacko poet. Yeah, no, he's kind of nuts. No, I mean, just straight, pure and simple. The man is just kind of nuts. So anyway, oh, here we go, standing on a chair again. Oh God. While Mr. O'Rourke stood on a chair. Okay. While Mr. O'Rourke stood on a chair speaking to a packed house party Saturday night in Dubuque, Mr. Biden took the stage at a Delaware Democratic Party dinner to chants of Run, Joe, Run. The former vice president and senator who bypassed a run for the 2016 nomination noted his push for reaching consensus had often garnered criticism from the New Left. And he goes, I have the most progressive record of anybody running for. He said, oh, well, catching myself. I mean, anybody who would run. Oh, wink, wink. Oh, I slipped. Did I say I was running? Oh, I meant to say I might run. Oh. But anyway, the thing about Biden was that, 2016 might have been his year. And it might have been his only year. But what happened, he got scared. He got scared of Hillary Clinton. See, Hillary Clinton went out there, raised a bunch of money, grabbed a bunch of promises for support, primarily from the Congressional Black Caucus. He went out, campaigned for a bunch of them, raised a bunch of money for them as well, and then also locked up all the superdelegates by promising all kinds of favors and had her team out there, locking them up. So Biden looked at that and he goes, oh, that's too formidable. I can't take her on. She's got a bunch of superdelegates already pledging their support for her. And superdelegates control a lot of, who's going to get nominated in the Democratic Party. Totally undemocratic, and funny and ironic, but anyway, that's how it is. Yeah, Uncle Creepy Pervert Biden. Yeah, no, he's kind of a weirdo. He's kind of a freak. But anyway, so he got scared off by Hillary Clinton, and that was Hillary Clinton's intent by raising all the money, by locking in a bunch of people by previously campaigning for them, primarily the Black Congressional Caucus, which meant that she was going to be able to do really well in the South, and then also locking those super delegates. So it scared Biden off. He thinks, oh, I'm not going to be able to beat her. Well, he was kicking himself left way, sideways, upside down one day down the middle after Iowa and New Hampshire, and Bernie Sanders caught fire. You know, they say Hillary won Iowa. It looks like actually Bernie probably won Iowa, and Bernie went on to win New Hampshire against a formidable Hillary Clinton. And he was just kicking himself. He's like, oh my God, Sanders, an avowed socialist, a stated socialist, is somehow beating Hillary Clinton in the caucus in Iowa and the primary in the primary in New Hampshire. So but it was too late then. I mean, if he got in then, it looked like, oh, he was getting in now because it looked like she could be beaten. Plus, he really didn't want a three-way race with Sanders, Clinton, and himself. So he needs some big spanks. Pedophile Biden, yeah, right on. But right now though, he's going to try to get for the center left. And the funny thing about Biden is that Biden is pretty much a leftist, but compared to these new leftist Democrats, I mean, he looks like he's center left. And I did a story on that the other night, talking about how a lot of big time donors are kind of sitting on the sidelines hoping he gets in because they're really not happy with the far left. Now Beto's going to try to portray himself as someone who's not far left. But when you're down in El Paso and Chris Hayes from MSNBC asked you if you'd like that wall not, if he's against walls, he is, and then he says, and then Chris Hayes asked, well, would you like this wall, this fence that's in front of us right now in El Paso? They were overlooking the barrier, the wall, whatever. And he goes, yeah, I'd like to see that torn down. Well, he's going to have to live with that quote. And I'm sure he'll trying a way to spin it. Oh, I just meant this wall. Well, okay, whatever wall. I mean, what's wrong with the rest of the wall? You don't want the rest of the wall torn down? Just that one? Of course, he wanted the whole thing torn down. So he's going to have to live with that. But anyway, so let's continue on with the story. Anyway, after Mr. Biden had that kerfluffle, supposedly, which really wasn't a kerfluffle, whatever the word would be, he went on. He went on to, hey, how you doing, man? GI USA, right over there by Albertsons. Yeah, between Albertsons and UPS store. Yeah. Oh, you want a hat? Yeah, hold on. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna grab another hat. Hold on. Sure. Here you go. Sure thing. If you guys want to do an interview, more than happy to do a live interview with you guys. Yeah, if you want to do a live interview, we're on live right now with YouTube. We're on live right now. You're not. My mic is your mic is not hot, but I can turn it hot in 2 seconds and put the camera on you. All right, looks like we're getting ready to do a live interview here. So, Laylo, yeah, when you send me an email, Laylo, just put your address in there. I'll mail you a hat. But okay, we're gonna go ahead and get ready to do a live interview over here. And let's see, let's cut over here. And hey, what's your name? Ronnie. Okay, hold on, Ronnie. Let me get your name up on here. Johnny. Sorry, Johnny. Sorry, I got the headsets on here. All right, getting ready to do a live interview here. So just give us a second. right, you are on.
All
You are
right, well,
live with Carl's Opinion, and this is Johnny, and we're here at the Nevada State Chili Cook-Off. And Johnny, how you enjoying the chili cook-off, by the way?
oh man, it's amazing.
Yeah, no, I mean this is. I was talking to somebody. These aren't locals that are doing the cooking. These people travel from state to state to
State to
state.
state, yeah.
Yeah, so we're really lucky. I mean, we're a small town. We're only 37,000 people, yet we
Right.
got these people willing to come out here and do their chili cook-off for us. So that's totally cool.
Yeah.
But I see you sporting the Carl's Opinion YouTube channel Trump 2020 hat. Thank
Oh yeah.
you.
Of course.
And so are you a Trump supporter?
Oh yes, I am. Definitely.
And so do you like the things he's doing out there for us?
Oh, I love it, man. I've loved every single thing he's done since he's been in, and it's I've lost a lot of friends over it, but
Yeah, you know what? We all have. You know, it's people who've trusted my opinion for 10, 20 years, and then I let them know I'm a Trump supporter, and then suddenly they don't trust my opinion anymore.
right.
And it's kind of crazy. It's like, hey, I'm the same guy I was 20 years ago, for the last 20 years, and I haven't changed at all. But yeah, that happens to a lot of people on my channel, a lot of people on other channels. They say the same exact thing you just said.
Yep.
So are you from Pahrump, or are you from Vegas, or where you at?
I'm actually from San Bernardino, California.
I know San Bernardino very well. It's really, really nice place.
Used to be.
Well, the last places I go to in San Bernardino, I go up to San Bernardino County. I go up to like Big Bear,
Yeah.
but I go up on the,
Crestline.
I go through the backsides up to Angeles Oaks.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a
From
little
Victorville and.
yeah, but actually you go through like the Redlands.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you go up the back
Off
way.
Green
think-
Spot.
Yeah, I think it's like the 38.
Yeah.
It's the 38, and you go and you come up to Angeles Oaks. It's really pretty, and it's not as touristy. You don't get all the LA people there, so it's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's nice up there. My wife's mom actually lives up in Crestline.
Oh, okay, yeah, definitely. So you like what Trump is doing right now with the economy? You like the unemployment numbers being really down low?
Down low, man, and everything's good. We're all working. All working.
Well,
That's why I moved out here, man. I work in Vegas, but I live out here. But
well, yeah, no,
I had to get out of California, man. You know, California is being run by.
well, a bunch of socialists right now.
Yeah.
I mean, well, no, I
didn't
mean,
want to say it, but
yeah, well, California has the highest gasoline tax in any state in the country. But the problem is what they do is instead of taking the gasoline tax and putting directly into like, repair and infrastructure, the gasoline tax goes into the general fund,
yeah,
and then it gets lost.
Everywhere.
It goes everywhere
Yeah.
except into the roads. Yeah.
except to where it needs to be.
Yeah, so when you're commuting into work from San Bernardino, like into, I used to live in Riverside. I used to work construction, do drywall, metal studs, commercial,
Right.
and I used to have to commute into, Orange County or LA County. I mean, oh Jesus
It's
Christ!
horrible.
Oh,
It's horrible.
yeah, I used to have to. I used to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and then be on the highway, man, no later than 3:30. Get to the job site, take a nap, because otherwise I was gonna stop and go all the way in.
Yeah, that's what I had to do, man. Out there, I drive through the 138 though, going to like Lancaster,
Oh yeah, okay,
going through the Cajon Pass.
I know.
Up to 138.
right.
Horrible, man. Horrible.
Yeah, no, they just make it. They don't really care about the working class man or middle class people out there anymore.
No, they don't.
You know,
They just
they don't
want
care.
all the taxes and it don't go anywhere.
Yeah, they don't care how long we have to commute. I mean, then you get home, you're exhausted.
Yeah.
You don't get to have any really good quality time with your kids or your wife or anything.
No.
And they wonder why there's so many divorces in California.
Right.
It's like go figure. But yeah, no, Pahrump is nice because it's about an hour commute depending on what time you're going. It's a little messed up right now with all the construction
All
in the past.
construction, yeah, on the
Yeah.
160.
But before then, yeah, I mean, you can make it from here to Vegas like in the morning when you're going to work, for construction, like get there by 6, 45 minutes.
Yeah, I leave at 3 in the morning.
Okay.
I gotta be to work by 5, but I leave at 3, get to the job about 4:15, take a nap, and
Oh, okay, yeah.
start at 5.
Oh, yeah,
You know.
that'll work.
And it's just just a smooth ride, all open. It's beautiful out here, man. I love it out here.
Yeah, and our housing prices are still relatively inexpensive, and
Oh, yeah.
that's good, And it's very safe out here. It's a good place to raise a family.
Yeah.
A lot
That's
of
why
people.
we moved out here.
Yeah, a lot of people open carry. I open carry my firearm. A lot of other people open carry. Keeps crime down, which is
Yep.
good. I always say good guys carrying firearms is good for a city.
Exactly.
Let the
Yeah, because it
criminals know
keeps
don't
the
show up.
bad guys, scares the bad guys away. You
Definitely,
know,
without a doubt.
you don't want to rob a place, with a guy, like three guys behind the counter, both all open carry.
Right. Well, we don't have a lot of liberals up here, but we do have a good amount, and even the liberals I know all own firearms.
Right. Oh, thank you.
So that's a good thing. But
Oh, we're gonna do it.
yeah, but right now Trump is doing really good. I mean, construction jobs are up right now.
Yeah.
Manufacturing jobs are up right now. Do you work in construction?
Yeah, I'm a union iron worker.
Oh, God, ironworker. Okay, yeah, I was in the carpenters union,
Oh, okay.
but I did some exterior panels, and that was a half carpenter, half ironworker crew.
Oh, okay.
And exterior panels are a cake. I mean, like normally when I did drywall, I'd have like 3 bags,
Mhm.
and but when I did the exterior panels, I had 2, and they weren't even close to being full.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, basically, as long as you have a ladder and a level and a wrench, you're
Yep.
pretty much good to go.
Yeah, you're good to go everywhere.
Did you ever do any exterior panel work?
No, no, I did out in Lancaster in California. I did solar fields. Out here, well, in Vegas, I'm doing the new resorts world that's going up.
Oh, where's that at? Where's that
It's
going up at?
right there. It's directly next door to Circus Circus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, at the old Echelon.
So are they still at your going to be?
It's gonna be 72,
And what floor are you up to right now with the steel?
50.
Oh, wow, you got a ways to go.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, wow.
They're expecting opening 2022.
2022. Okay.
Yeah.
So so what do you like? Let's see. I would assume each floor the steel is typical, or is it kind of a goofy design, kind of going up sideways and stuff?
Well, there's so many different spots. There you got the tower, that's all precast, so rebar, concrete, you know.
Okay.
Then you got the podium. There's a podium outside. That's 3 floors. That's where the casino's gonna be.
Okay.
Um, that's all steel, and it's got weird angles. We got to get the tower cranes to bring in the steel because the crane on the ground can't get over to where we need it to be.
Oh, wow.
And then also there's a theater that they're doing,
Oh,
and
wow.
it's huge.
That's
It's huge.
that's going to be nice.
Yeah, it's gonna
So
be nice. It's a $7.2 billion project.
so is the tower the 72 stories? Is that precast? There's no.
Yeah, that's the precast.
Okay.
But they are setting iron in there as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's cool, man. It's a good job. There's a lot of work out there.
Excellent news.
Doing the Las Vegas Convention Center is going up.
Yeah. Well,
Starting this week.
are they expanding that convention center, or are they putting up a new one?
Building a brand new one.
Where's it going to be at?
I'm not sure exactly the streets, but it starts this coming week. That's where we're gonna start hanging iron.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're just going from job to job to job out
Right.
here.
And then there's
That's fantastic.
the Caesar's Palace. They're
Yeah.
doing a convention center.
Oh,
They're
my
adding
God.
on to theirs.
Oh, wow.
And then the Venetian, they're doing on the very top floor. They're doing a pool deck.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be crazy.
Yeah. There's so much. Then you got the Raider Stadium.
Right. Right.
Raider Stadiums. They're gonna be done next year though.
Right.
But man, there's a lot of work out there, and it's all thanks to Trump, man.
Oh, totally. I mean,
Yeah.
the last year, President Obama, he was only at 1.5% annual gross domestic product growth. He's been over 3% last couple of years. So I
Right.
mean, and that a lot of people don't realize that little 1/10 of a percentage point of growth means a lot of jobs for us.
Right.
Down at the ground level.
Exactly.
So I always get upset with people who are, they say, "Oh, I don't like Trump. He's obnoxious and stuff." Hey, buddy, people are working. People are able to have a little bit of, relaxed time,
Right.
so they're not worrying about, where am I getting the mortgage from or the rent next
Right.
month.
Yeah, you're able to work, and then you're able to just relax. On the weekends, you ain't got to worry about going out and hustling more money.
Yeah,
You
excellent.
go to work, you got a good job, you got a decent paying job. You get to relax, man.
Nah, very good. Well, definitely, we got to go out and vote in 2020. We can't get complacent.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I know these Democrats seem really messed up right now, but they will, by convention time or after, they're going to get their act together, and we're still going to have to go out there and really fight it
Oh,
out with
yeah.
them. So, but
Yep.
yeah. So hey, hey man, thanks for coming
Hey,
by.
I appreciate it, man.
And but anyway, hey Johnny,
Johnny.
good luck, man,
Hey,
and
man.
keep the faith, man.
Oh yeah, brother. You
All
know it.
right, all right, take care.
Hey, I'll follow you on YouTube.
All right, thanks, man. All right, that was Johnny there with our live interview, and that was really, really cool. Johnny's a construction worker, iron worker guy, and yeah, I used to I worked with the iron workers just on two job sites when I was in construction. Again, it was an exterior paneling crew, and it was a half carpenter, half iron worker crew. And it was really good. I really had a good time with that. Iron workers, those guys are crazy though, man. They were up there walking around on the steel like do 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 do, just walking out there. No safety line, of course. You know they can't. You can't look. You can't wear a safety line when you're up there hanging steel. You can't. You don't. You. There's nothing. First of all, there's nothing to tie on to. Okay, you can't tie on to anything. You just gotta just walk it, man. He's talking. You got like 8 inches, you know, 12 inches. You know, that's it, and that's all you're walking. That's all you're walking on. You know, and it's like. Yeah, I should have asked him, but yeah, I'd argue that he probably looked a little Irish and Scottish, maybe Irish crazy Johnny, like Irish crazy Johnny, like wait, white and Irish crazy Johnny. There you go. Oh, she's in love. Oh no, I know he was talking about his wife there. Hey, come on, man. Hey, this guy like he looked like he's happily married, and plus he looked like he had a couple of kids. So be nice, young lady. Be nice. But no, I'm just kidding. But yeah, no, it's definitely, man. The guy he saw the Trump sign again. I got a Trump banner right out. You can't see it, but I got a Trump banner right outside here. Oh, here let me zap back over here to me. All right, here we go. But yeah, I got a Trump banner right outside the my canopy. I got a 10-foot by 10-foot canopy here. You see the blue walls there on to the right and stuff. And I got a Trump 2020 banner right outside. So it's like literally showing the flag, letting people know, hey man, Trump supporter. And of course, I got my big banner out in front, Trump 2020. Uh, cool, no problem, man. All right, so yeah. So yeah, doing really good here and having a good time, meeting a lot of people, and yeah, it's really really cool. And again, we're kind of far away from the music, so we could keep that off the YouTube channel. Yeah, so I could have been like in the middle of the action over there, but there's just you got different people playing different stereos and stuff, and they're playing all kinds of stuff, and we got a live band over off, probably about 50 yards away from me, off to the right here. So I kind of had to stay away from that too. So, but yeah, just having a really good time here. And again, the phone lines are open 775-273-8970. If anybody wants to call in, again, that's 775-273-8970. Now, if you want to appear by a live VMix video call, you want to do that. I think who did it? Nanya did that a couple of times. You just shoot me an email saying, hey, I want to appear on this thing, and then I'll pull the email up. And let's see here. Let me double check. Okay. Boom, and then you just send me, just put in the chat room, hey, I sent you an email. I want to do a video call and through VMix Productions, which is an excellent live streaming video productions. VMix, love them. And then you can appear side by side on a live VMix video call, kind of like FaceTime, except you just like that. See how I did that interview with that guy and we were side by side. That's because I have three cameras set up. I have a camera for the video VMix call that I'll use, and then I have two other cameras. One camera is on him, one camera is on me, and then you can put them side by side, just like you see on Fox News and CNN and whatever. VMix, you can pretty much do everything like that. But yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, California. I mean, the craziest thing is they're ranked 47th in infrastructure, like highways, roads, bridges, that kind of stuff, and they have the highest gasoline tax. But years ago, they somehow convinced everybody that it was okay to use, instead of using that gasoline tax, which is designed to do to fix highways, bridges, roads, etc., and expand these things so people don't have to commute so long. Instead, they stuck it into the general fund, and then once it gets into that general fund, well, excuse me, it can be used for anything, and that's what it does. It gets used for anything. It's just terrible, and and again, even though with the highest gasoline tax in the country, state gasoline tax in the country, they have the worst. They have the 47th worst roads in the country. I mean, that's just awful. I mean, yeah, oh, totally, yeah. Yeah, and yeah, right. I think what 40. I always forget how many people, millions of people live there, but it is a lot of people, that's for sure. But let's take a look here. What else we were talking about. How did I forget? We were talking about Beto O'Rourke. All right, so let's get back over to that real quick and let's find him. There he is. Okay, let's take Johnny. All right, so let's cut over to the Beto. Finish up with the Beto O'Rourke story and Joe Biden. So after Biden made that little gaffe again, saying, "Oh, I didn't mean to say I was running. I meant maybe would run." Ha ha ha. But anyway, so anyway, Mr. Biden laughed and then made the sign of the cross, reiterating of anybody. Let's see. Let's see. Hold on. Made the sign of the cross, reiterating of anybody who would run as the crowd applauded. Mr. O'Rourke's status as a magnet for press coverage was evident Saturday in Dubuque, where he and Minnesota Senator Amy Klobuchar held events a few hours apart. Mr. O'Rourke's Mr. O'Rourke faced a crush of media as CNN rented a golf cart to follow him running a 5K race in North Liberty in Bulgaria. And a Bulgarian TV reporter asked Mr. O'Rourke for a message for the Bulgarian people in Dubuque. Meanwhile, 6 journalists total attended Ms. Klobuchar's town hall meeting at a nearby brewery. Ms. Klobuchar predicted her grit would win over Iowa voters in a contest against more flashy candidates. How you doing there, sir? Anyway, we're live right now on YouTube. I'm doing a live YouTube video. How are you? Did you want to do a live interview, sir? Well, we're talking news and politics. Obviously, we're pro-Trump. Uh, oh well, yeah. No, Ron Paul was a good guy. His son is. Yeah, that's kind of weird. Yeah. Oh, what office did you run for, sir? Oh, no kidding. Oh, would you want to do a live? I'm sorry, what? Daryl, you want to do a live interview? We're live right now. You want to sit down? I'll put you on camera. Oh, have a seat. All right, we're getting ready to do another live interview here. Let's go ahead and get this. See, let me get this title here. Here we go. All right. Lackey? Oh, there you go. Oh, good. Okay, cool. Hold on. Oh, okay. Let's see. All right, we're getting ready to go live here with Daryl Lackey, and let's get his mic turned on. That might be a good idea. Let's do that first. All right, let's see. Here we go. Boom. And Daryl, you're on live on YouTube and streaming to millions and millions of people all around.
I'm sure everyone's tuned in, right?
Totally, you got it. So, hey, you want a free Carl's Opinion Trump 2020 hat?
Yeah.
Okay, here, hold on a second. Hold on, guys, I'm gonna get a hat.
Yeah, it's a bad hair day for me, so maybe that would be a good idea. But one thing a lot of people don't know that what causes baldness, the main reason for baldness is putting hot water on your head. Although your providers of your utilities don't want you to know that.
Well, no, of course not.
Right.
All right. Anyway, we're back on with Daryl Lackey. And Daryl, we were just talking. You used to be a Ron Paul supporter, and then, of course, you got upset when he was saying we should vote for Hillary Clinton.
Well, I didn't watch that because after the TV didn't acknowledge our success in 2008 up in Reno, I turned off TV forever. So my only input is, well, TV when I'm somewhere else because everybody else is sucking into that crap. But internet, there is truth on the internet.
Well, actually, there is, and the nice thing about it is that the mainstream media gives you their version, and the bias isn't so much. You can tell bias when somebody's reporting a certain story, but their main bias is selective reporting.
Well, of course, because the owners of TV want certain things to happen, like socialism.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, huh? Go figure.
Yeah.
TV, they do because so much of it is owned by the Masons. They do are compelled to put on some truth. So maybe 1% of it is truth, but you don't know which percent. They don't tell you which is the root truth. So
Yeah, no, they kind of leave that part out. But
right.
Daryl, looks like you're what are you actually trying to put together right now? Some
Oh, super insulated tiny houses. Yeah, I got displaced. I've been living off grid in Colorado the last 5 years.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, my wife that I married, my girlfriend, when I left here, Pahrump, because I was so disgusted with the corruption, I was a delegate for the Republican Party in 2008 and 2012, and we spanked them at the state convention,
Yeah, I went up.
Reno 1 year, and Sparks in 2012, and we spanked them. But TV didn't talk about it, so I went home 2008, and I took that satellite dish off my house, that satellite antenna, and I
Yeah.
turned off TV. I was paying $85 a month at that time to be lied to on every channel.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Well, yeah, I was a delegate to the state convention in 2016.
oh, I moved to Colorado because I got so disgusted. I went there sight unseen to a place called Sugar City. I married my girlfriend, who was always my sidekick and everything. But then once we got out there, I guess she found somebody a little fancier. So hey,
Yeah.
what do you do? But
Yeah.
one thing I did
Go
learn is
ahead.
anybody listening, do not ever put the word "or" on your vehicle titles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can.
basically, you put your girlfriend or somebody or your wife on a.
The word "and" means you both got to sign them off. I came home one day and all my titles are gone. Where's my titles? None of your business. What? Oh, okay.
Yeah, she kind of just took them all from you there, huh?
Yeah, well, I'm
Eesh.
divorced now. My divorce was finalized on the day before Valentine's Day, which made for a better Valentine's Day, of course.
You actually your divorce was
Yeah, I'm
final on
divorced now. Yeah,
was actually on Valentine's Day.
the day before
They,
Valentine's Day, the 13th of the month, actually.
okay. So
So
well,
that is a lucky number
so
now.
how's it feel being divorced?
Feels a lot better. Load off.
Right, right.
Because when somebody's bad and they're not on your side, they're not on your side. They're an enemy. If they're not on your team, they're an enemy.
Right.
So.
So how you looking at well, let's talk about it. How you looking at Donald Trump right now? What do you think? How do you
Oh,
think he's
Donald
doing?
Trump. I mean, he didn't need their money to get elected. He had his own money. He made his own way, so he's not indebted to them, the bankers, the Rockefellers, the Bush, all the
Globalist.
300 families, the globalists, Illuminati, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
It's all basically the same thing, but it's they write our school books, and while I was in Colorado, I learned some humongous truths, which I'm not going to go into right now. But all I'm saying is that people should pay attention to their world they live in, because it ain't what we're taught.
Yeah.
And pay attention to water that you're drinking too. It ain't what we're taught. Um, I learned that distilled water helps clean the crap out of our bodies. I drink as much distilled water as I can because it cured my arthritis and it
Oh,
clears your
really?
head. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And another thing that they teach. I mean, this is a bizarre one for most people, but we're herbivores. We're not supposed to be eating animals.
Oh man, I'm sorry, man. I love steak and having corned
Yeah,
beef
pig was
today
the
for St.
first one I
Patrick's
cut
Day.
out. Well, about a year and a half ago. But
Right.
well, I started learning on YouTube because that's about the only place you can go for true information is YouTube nowadays.
Uh huh.
Like I say, I turned off TV. I'm not saying everything on YouTube is true, but at least it's got a chance.
Well, it's more true than at least you got a shot with YouTube in that you have so many choices. I mean, even on cable. I mean, what do you got? You got MSNBC, CNN, PBS, and Fox, and that's it. So and you're limited to what they're going to cover in a given news segment.
I miss The Simpsons.
Oh.
I miss it. I haven't seen it in 10 years, and I saw it. I didn't hear the video, but oh my God, it was tearing me up. It was he Homer was locked into something, and he says, "I got to eat my arm off." Oh, dope, wrong arm. Anyway, funny, funny.
But yeah, I mean, so the nice thing about YouTube, you get like even small content creators like me. I got like 12, 1,300 subs, but yet we're able to do live stream and videos, and I cover the news. I grab different articles. I'm subscribed to Wall Street Journal, Washington Times. Also, I'm also subscribed to Washington Post because I like to read. Okay, what's over there? Let's see what they're saying, what they're picking up, and if you it kind of gives you an idea of what at least kind
Yeah,
of what's
yeah, I get
happening.
that idea from so many people that believe that they're educated because they're paying attention to all the sources of the corruption. And it's interesting to hear that point of view, but my point of view is completely different. I mean, they're all
Well,
owned
go
by
ahead.
the St.
Well,
Hirsch publishing. They're all owned
well,
by.
no, I understand that, but go ahead and tell us your point of view.
My point of view is that you got to find it out for yourself. If you trust anything, if you trust your school books, if you trust professors, if you trust any of the system, you're fooling yourself. And until you learn that you gotta forgive everyone that's damaged you to move on, that's huge right there. And
Yeah,
they keep us lying to each other. TV teaches that, hey, lying is acceptable. Everybody expects you to lie.
right.
Mm, no, I don't
No,
expect anybody to lie to me. It's a waste of time. Once you find out somebody's a liar, get rid of them out of your life and get on to people that have quality, where they don't
right.
have to make up nonsense. Some people say, oh, you got, everything happens to you. You're lucky or this or that. No, no, I'm just willing to give it my all, whatever it is that I do. Right now, it's super insulated tiny houses, and I was come to find out Nye County and the town of Pahrump are working together. They formed a new committee about a month and a half ago to deal with the homeless issue out here.
Uh
And
huh.
one of my friends is a county commissioner, and she invited me to the meeting, and I got to hear everyone's point of view, and then they let me talk. So I wasn't invited to the second meeting, but I'm invited to the third meeting.
What happened to the first meeting that they wouldn't invite you to the second one?
Well, I talked about what my concepts are of dealing with the homeless issue, and is that I'd like to give people a chance to get back to work, have another chance. A lot of times we've been robbed of our chances in life because of our nonsense education system.
Yeah.
It teaches just uh, outright lies. Anyway, uh, they have a way of manipulating the economy so that people can never fulfill their 30-year mortgages or even their 6 or 7 year car note and stuff. And so they end up giving that stuff back. All that money was wasted,
Wasted. Yeah.
paying interest. And
Well,
who's
yeah. I
paying
mean,
interest to? The Rockefellers.
right.
Anyway, enough of that. Um,
Well, yeah, they make it hard to qualify for a loan, and then they say, well, okay, we'll let you borrow this money, but you have to pay 22% interest for your car.
Right, because you blew it before. You're not the perfect slave to our system to pay a
Right.
lot of interest. See, if you don't pay interest, you don't have a credit rating until you pay interest. And if you're a really good slave to the interest companies, they'll give you a really good rate. So now you can buy all kinds of fancy stuff and pay for it later because you're looking fancy now.
Right. Right. Right.
Yeah, I used to look fancy, but that is not important to me anymore. It's feeling fancy is the best thing. Looking fancy. Everybody's a deception. Most everything's a deception nowadays. Um, but it doesn't have to be. It's easy to get to the truth if you're courageous enough to do it. Um, and most people, the courageousness has been worked out of them. People will put their effort into something, and then they'll see it's panning out. I was just at the
Yeah, you're at the
gold
gold.
seekers over there.
Yeah, we have an outfit right next to us called the Gold Seekers, and they teach people how to actually pan for gold and where to go and things like that. And yeah, they these guys over there
I used to
they.
have mining claims up in Johnny,
Oh,
actually.
really?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I take on adventures. Whatever the adventure is in life, I take it on. If it's something that's got goodness in it, me finding gold, I can see goodness in that. But I didn't. But the thing is that I learned so much about it, and that's all I'm gonna say for now on that one.
Yeah.
But it's all about learning about things, and paying attention. People ask me stories about my life, and as I start explaining the stories of my life, they're not patient enough to hear the story, but they just keep guessing at what it is because it's something that they've heard of. But my life is nothing that anybody's heard of. Everything about it, this last divorce, everything about it.
Yeah.
It was a local boy, a local misfit, whatever. The
Yeah.
one that lured my wife away from me, and but the it's a tiny little county out there, and he grew up with all these people, so they all like sided with him on the whole thing. But
Right.
um, I didn't see no fat lady sing though. You know
No.
what I mean by that?
Right.
It
Right.
ain't over.
Well, you know what? It's funny. Some women like those bad boys, and I don't know why. Instead of somebody who's
Well, they
secure.
feel sorry for him because they can point them and say that's someone that's doing worse than I am, because it's a selfish bragging thing to have other people in a lower place than yourself. Instead of helping people lift them up to a better place, no, they just want to. Right, Jim? I know this guy from way back.
Oh,
I
I've
keep
known
running.
Jim for
I
I've
moved
known Jim
away
for
for
years.
5 years, and so now I come back, and you know what I get is I get the big handshake from people. You know, they're happy to see me because they knew I lived with integrity before, and they wouldn't expect anything different from that now. And I'm even better now because I learned some real good stuff.
Well, the whole thing is the famous saying, and well, you have a beard, but the famous saying is, as long as when you look in the mirror in the morning when you go to shave, you like what's looking back at you. That's the most important thing.
Right. Well, the thing about shaving, you know how much them razor blades cost?
Yes, I know because I buy
You
the
use them
I
regularly.
buy the expensive ones, in fact. So
You know what
yeah.
I do? The last time I actually shaved with a metal blade was the day I got married this last time.
Okay.
So normally what I do is as soon as it starts getting caught or bothering me, I just trim it off, and everybody says, "Oh, you shaved." It's like, well, kinda, I just trimmed it off
Right.
when it annoys me, kind of like my hair, when
Right.
that annoys me enough, I go and have a cut.
Go to get a haircut. Well, I used to wear a beard, and I used to trim the neck, shave the neck, and then shave the cheeks, and kind of make it down that way. But yeah, I liked it a lot. But it's one of those things where it seems like it takes more time to keep it groomed than it just a straight up shave in the morning.
Right, and
Yeah.
it doesn't grow that bad. And, this way I look like a used Q-tip, all fuzzy and brown.
Right, right. No, you look cool, man. You look cool. But hey, man, thanks for coming by. I got your card here.
All right, you
Daryl
got my
Lackey
card.
doing off-grid, super insulated tiny houses. So do you actually go on site and build them there, or do you have like a big shed or something? Then like you transport them over, or how do you do that?
I'm rebuilding my whole life actually. I mean, it's all coming together quick, because I'm getting a lot of good cooperation from other people that are on the track to do good things. Um, it seems to be all coming together. I can't really answer that question right now, but I did build one for myself because I needed a place to live out here. My buddy let me live on his property. Who lets anyone move onto their property these days? Okay, well,
There you go.
rarely, but I'm an exception. I'm not going to come. Hey, I help my buddy out. He helps me out.
He
We
has
help
an
each
Yeah.
other out.
invite. He has a trailer, but he won't come.
But no. I mean, it sounds like you're a really good person. You got your head in the right direction, and it sounds like you got a great business concept here. And I mean, I see these tiny houses on
Yeah,
HGTV.
what you see is a shed with a window.
Right. What do you actually do?
I actually redesigned everything, the entire structure of it for rain collection and for maximum heat or cool retention.
Oh
They're,
wow.
they're they're triple insulated basically. I don't
Yeah,
use
I see when you say super insulated. I was going to ask you about that next. So when you buy super insulated, you say it's triple insulated, so it's three different types of insulation?
Yeah, well, two different types. Well, kind of three different types. I use a small styrofoam on the inside. The walls are actually inconsistent studs so that the fiberglass insulation actually lays flat and it's consistent for the entire wall. So there's no breaks for the studs in the wall like a shed would be or a house
Right.
would be. When you see a house, you can see where the studs are after a few years because of the temperature changing. I was just down in a Ritchie area actually in Pahrump, and I was looking at the stucco, and you could see through where the studs are because the studs go all the way from the inside to the outside of the house. Mine don't. I have outside studs and I have inside studs, and the fiberglass insulation lays inside. And
So
then
wait,
there's
wait.
also
So hold on.
studs.
I'm sorry. So fiberglass insulation between the two sets of studs?
Right.
Oh, okay. So the indoor studs never touch the outside
Right.
wall. It touches the fiberglass, and then you have
Right.
your next set of studs.
And then you have styrofoam sheets on the outside and styrofoam sheets on the inside, siding on the outside, drywall on the inside. So you got like a 6-layer wall.
Wow.
And my roof is an inverted roof for rain collection and also so that the wind doesn't tear off your roofing material because the wind gets pretty tough
How
out
many how
here.
many square foot are these tiny houses?
Pardon?
I mean, how many do you have different sizes for these things?
Whatever
Or?
size you want. Basically, mine have a little basement under them, a crawl space, so you can for wiring and putting devices, water
Right.
heaters, things like that down
Sure.
below, so it's out of the way. And it's got like attic locations in there because it's got a vaulted ceiling, an inverted roof for rain collection, and the it allows for a couple spaces up in there for attic storage and things like that, or for running wires or whatever you
So
want
I
to
mean,
put
your
in.
typical tiny house was like under 500 square foot, or is it between
Oh
like?
yeah, generally under 500 square foot. In fact, I just went to planning a couple weeks ago and got the minimum requirements for a building. All the requirements like the living area is 120 square feet. A
Okay.
bedroom area has to be at least 7 foot each wall, and the area for a kitchen and for a bathroom they didn't really specify.
So
But
so the minimum size bedroom has to be like 49 square feet.
I'm sorry.
Has to be like a minimum. The minimum size for the bedroom has to be 49 square feet.
They didn't say it that way. They just
It
said
said
that the
7 foot each
shortest wall
wall.
has to can't be shorter than 7 foot.
Well, okay, they should have just given a square foot.
Right.
That well, that's Nye
They,
County. So
yeah, they just
they-
don't word it that way. But a 7 by 7 is just kind of small.
yeah, that gets
But like pocket doors and things like that, so the door slides into the
right,
wall and
right.
things like
You
that.
save space that way,
That's
sure.
and then integrated shelving and like large shelving, so you have a place for your computer, and then a place for your karaoke machine if you're a karaoke person, whatever.
Right.
I like karaoke. I get to sing other people's songs that they've written that have really good messages, and I get to belt them out like I mean it.
Well, no, it's I mean, okay, well, I mean, you charge for this, but I mean, are you like a nonprofit company or what are you
No, I'm
doing?
not. I'm not anything now. I'm waiting for the county to see what their plan is for me because I'm invited to the next meeting, the third meeting of the homeless outreach. They do have a property already picked out for the project, and they've already started giving money out. I heard through the grapevine to another guy that's going to get. He's going to do sheds with windows. He's going to get them donated, I guess, through Home Depot and Home Lowe's or whatever. I don't know. I don't know the whole story yet.
Right.
But this is just what I picked up from the first meeting, and I understood from a guy I do business with in town here that they had given him a chunk of money to get started on his thing. So I imagine they're going to do a twofold deal. They're going to do the sheds on wheels or whatever, and I guess they're going to do my thing, which uh, every time I talk about it, people say, "Oh, so yeah, shipping containers." It's like, well, yeah, there's 3 grand for something that's wrong in every way.
Right,
Why would you
right.
spend 3 grand on something that's ridiculous? Okay, and it's really hard to work with a shipping container.
Well,
They're not
yeah,
insulated. They're
sure.
nothing. They're made for something else. I say take
Right,
that 3 grand. Now your shell's up the right way. You
right.
know. Um,
I agree.
spend the money as best you can, and also the homeless issue. It's I have experience with self-help building and that sort of thing. So, and I'm a firm believer in that. A lot of people deserve another chance. It's so if somebody say was homeless, but they came and they worked and they were able to provide good service. And I work. I give wonderful work for wonderful pay for wonderful people. I fix RVs. That's
Oh,
what I do
okay.
with my buddy in the mornings. He doesn't like to work all day. But it's good. So this allows me time to do other projects. And I've been working on RVs for a lot of years.
He does good work.
He sounds like he knows what the hell he's talking about. That's for sure.
I also with the off-grid stuff. I also actually I had a meeting, not a meeting, but I got a call back from Valley Electric. Um, they're not really in the well, they're in the spotlight, but not in a good way right now.
Right,
So I
right.
told them, I said, you ought to use my solar trackers up there on the hill where they got those panels just sitting there glinting the sun off, in my eyes when I'm driving in the morning. If they were actually pointed at the sun, they put out what they put out. I invented a solar tracking system years ago, and
By the way, they don't have any kind of track. I mean, that
no,
moves it as the sun sets or rise.
no,
Nothing. Well, what do they got up there? I mean, that's
they
also,
just figure, okay, at this angle, we get the most power
well, that's
over the year,
ridiculous. I
whatever.
mean, even I know that. Even though you're supposed to like track that thing's supposed to track towards where the
Right.
sun is
But
shining the best to get the most
the
most
pro-
energy out of it.
the problem with it is that the solar industry they want to just cover your roof with solar panels and that it's a great business for them and all. But it's not up my alley because I don't feel it's a good value. It takes 20 years or so to
To pay
recover
to
your
pay back,
investment.
right? Pay back that
Right.
investment. Yeah.
Where if you're tracking the sun, it's more like 2 years to recover your investment.
Right.
Out in Colorado, I have a couple customers that have done the solar tracker, and with 640 watts facing the sun, it brings their bill down about $70 a month.
Yeah.
That's
Right. But
noticeable.
you're right. I mean, that's at least. Well, I mean, as the technology gets better, it'll get more affordable, and as more competition, it'll
Well,
drive down
yeah,
the price.
they're less than $1 a watt for solar panels now, so it's there. When I
Okay.
first started working with solar, it was $10 a watt.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
now it's
it's
less than
come
a
way down.
Yeah, now it's less than a buck a watt because a lot of people are in the business, and a lot of people are making it.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I always thought like every time people want to do government subsidies, I always thought the free market would eventually, you create a demand. I mean, Apple gets you a new phone every 6 9 months, even though you don't need one, but you want to go get it. So it's like a
yeah,
fake demand. So if you create a demand for solar panels, there's going to be the free market is going to bring people into it. You're going to have more supply than demand, and prices are going to go down, and then people start buying it. I always thought like the free market would be the great answer for like renewable energy, renewable sources of energy.
right.
That's what I would. But I mean, it takes. People get impatient. They want it like now. We need it now. Well, no, no. Just let it come naturally. Then you won't have to try to sell it to anybody. They'll
Yeah, and
just
then
want
20
it.
years later, it's like, how come it didn't come naturally?
Yeah.
Oh, because, and I was trying to explain that, and that is because the solar industry, the makers and the representatives of the solar panels, they lie to you and
Yeah.
tell you, because if you ask them, well, what about tracking the sun? They'll say, oh, well, we don't offer a track. They don't mention that part, but they say, well, you might get 40% more power output if you track it. That's an absolute lie. It would be closer to 4,000%
Wow.
than
Okay. About to say.
40%.
Oh
Right.
yeah. See, if you tell somebody it's only 40%, it's like okay, we don't want to get that. But if you tell them right, if you tell them it's 4,000%, then yeah, then it's
Right. The way my tracker works is it's basically looking for the sun to shine on the side of the array. Once the sun shines a little bit and it clicks, the tracker moves to face the sun. Now the everyday movement is 150 degrees for the everyday movement, and then the seasonal movement is 80 degrees.
okay.
So once you're within 15 degrees on either axis of the sun on your solar panel, now you're putting out full power. But once you deviate from that, it's actually a function of the cosine of the angle. So whatever is the
Okay, hold
worst,
on. You're gonna lose me like
yeah,
real quick here. I mean, you're giving me memories from high school. The cosine of the angle, like, oh shit, no, I don't want to do trigonometry. I don't want to do geometry anymore.
we
But
don't have to do trig here. But algebra, no, I'm just kidding.
okay, that's ninth grade. But okay, I'll pass on that. But I tell you what, hey Daryl, I got your card here, and man, I wish you luck in your business, man, 'cause it sounds like it's a good thing for everybody. So Daryl, thank you very
All
much,
right,
and
thanks for having me.
all right, Trump
All right,
2020, man.
all right, thanks for the hat.
All right. Oh yeah, you're welcome, man. Sure, man. Have a good one.
All right, you too.
All right, that was Daryl. I just want to thank everybody who's joined us in the chat room here today. And let me just click over real quick. Okay. Anyway, thanks, guys. And this has been a great live stream. We've been on a little bit over 2 hours now. So thanks, everybody, for joining Carl's Opinion. And we'll see you next time on Carl's Opinion. Check local listings and for future times and shows. Thank you all. And thanks to everybody in the chat. I appreciate it. Thanks for all the mods and for keeping away the trolls. All right. Bye bye.